right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Kanipa Whitmack Standing Bear, Southern Tribe, Fishing Lake First Nations, Saskatchewan, Canada, Treaty 4 Territory, Anishinaabe, 60s Scoop Survivor, published author, and welcome to We Are the Medicine Circle, which really implies that we are the Medicine Circle. Really kind of looks like this right here. This is kind of us right here. We have a beautiful crowd this morning, so thank you. Uh, Thank you. And there was a comment yesterday. It was kind of like, and we. This is why I say that this is not like a patriarchy thing. This is not. I'm not a pastor, preacher. You're not my flock. This isn't like a sermon. This is anything like that. What this is me of service to the circle and service to the. Again, great spirit there. So just a little clarification there this morning, and most importantly, no one said that they love you today. I love you very much. It really just means I just want you to live your very best life, right? Very best life, beginning with spirit, beginning with prayer and spirit, spiritual health and spiritual wealth. That's what we mean by that. Couple of house announcements. If we have a connection problem, if there's like a problem with if things get frozen or there's a lag in the audio or I get kicked off or you get kicked off, just know that I'm not going anywhere. That if I get kicked off, I'm just going to hit that live button again, and we're just going to pick up where we left off. So yeah, we're just going to finish out where we started. So also. Let's just be mindful. It's kind of like a new thing I'm introducing. I usually say this at the end. This ceremony may end, but the ceremony in you does not end. So let's be mindful. Let's remember to take what we do here and we carry it out there. So look for one or two things. Put that on your heart today. We're being guided in a really beautiful and special and powerful way. And again, this is opportunity to be gentle with ourselves too. Hey, just let me pick up something. It's okay to write stuff down. I encourage that. I also encourage to write stuff, to write your opinions, ideas, comments, concerns, questions in the feed here too. Because if you have a question, chances are other people may have the same question too. So that's okay. So let's begin in the usual, normal way here. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I forget. And again, we always ask for a volunteer to kind of keep this going throughout the morning. The smudge throughout the morning meditation. So if you give me a heart, little thumbs up, if you can kind of keep this going throughout the morning circle in remembrance for couple things. The grandmother out in Vancouver who suggested we do this, and the reason for that is for the residential school children who never got a chance to come home. So it's really beautiful. So let's keep them, because the teaching behind that, it is a smoke that connects us all. So let us be mindful and thankful and grateful that we have the opportunity for life, and that we get the opportunity to share that gratitude for life, not only for the grandmothers, the sacred feminine, but the indigenous residential school children that never got to come home. So gratitude just makes things better. So there we go. Okay. All right. So again, welcome everyone. Let's begin in the usual way here. Um, the old ones say, if it doesn't begin with prayer, then it doesn't begin. If it doesn't begin with spirit, then it doesn't begin. And so let's begin in a good way. So we offer tobacco, asking without offering, spirits or stealing. So let's offer today. Let's offer today for our prayers to be heard, for our hearts and minds. Introducing ourselves, setting that beautiful intention, and also asking for help along the way. So let's, if you would like to offer with me, as my elder would say, Grandfather Tony, that would be good. little help from above. So let's. I'm in. Richi Yagana to all my relations. Kitchi Manitou, Great Spirit, Creator, Great Mystery. Chi Megwich for our breath. Chi Megwich for this circle. Chi Megwich for this day. Chi Megwich for our life. We are grateful for our last breath, and we are hopeful for our next, and we live in that place in between. We come here today. We mean no harm in what we do. We come here in a good way, sacred way, humble way. We come here in the service of the Great Spirit. The first reason why we come here, there could be many more after, but the first reason always is life. Without life, we have nothing. So we come here and we celebrate our life. Our life. We celebrate all nations, tribes, and circles as a part of our life. Especially those nations, tribes, and circles that don't look like the two-legged. Like the standing nations, the one that offered the world breath, we say thank you. To the fish nations, the swimming nations, the ones who teach us how to live in harmony and balance with the water. The wind nations, the ones who teach us how to live in harmony and balance with the wind and air. The creepy crawlies and the slithers, the ones who teach us how to stay close and grounded to Mother Earth, we say thank you. To the four-legged communities, nations, circles, and tribes, the ones who offer us and teach us so much about our humanity, we say thank you. And of course to other two-legged nations, circles, and tribes, all two-legged nations, circles, and tribes, for we understand that you are our teachers as well, and this makes our ears and our hearts very happy. We come here and we celebrate those things that offer us life, who give us life, water, air, fire, earth. We celebrate these things. We celebrate all seven directions because we know life and wisdom and love comes from all seven directions. We celebrate the ones that have come before us, our ancestors. And remember, if they are our relatives here, then they are our ancestors over there. So the eagle, the bear nation, the four-legged, the fish, they are all our ancestors because they all walked in a good and beautiful way. We come from a million points of light and love because they walked in that good, beautiful way. They celebrated life by the way they celebrated their life. And so they offer these prayers and their walk to us. And we also understand some of our two-legged ancestors were hurt, wounded, abused, and traumatized, and they passed that along to us. That has to be acknowledged. The wounds and the trauma. We acknowledge that. We understand that. We understand the hurt. But we also understand that healing, this beautiful place of healing. We understand it's okay not to be okay during this process. We understand the tears, the pain, and the misery with this process. But we also understand that what they passed to us was never ours to carry. It was ours to heal and to move on in a good way. And we don't move on in a good way just for ourselves, because that would be selfish. We come here for the next seven generations, where we only borrow this earth from our children, and our children are only loaned to us. So we live at the intersection between two unseen worlds. They are clear and present right here, right now. We are all related. What we say, what we pray for, the way we walk, the way we honor, the way we misstep, they also see. They hear everything that we say and do. So let us come here in a good way, walk in a good way. Remember that our prayers are incomplete without they're incomplete if we don't acknowledge those worlds. And the Great Spirit was smart and wise. They gave us a trail to follow, the red road, the road of wellness, the road of alignment, the road of power. Power is serenity and peace and gentleness. Gave us teachings to follow humility, love, truth, honesty, respect, strength, and wisdom. These are the medicines that we follow. So we sit with these in Wankapik. We learn to sit in a sacred way, to listen in a sacred way, for we understand that listening is the first form of communication. So we come here and we listen to the wisdom of humility. And then we walk the way of humility and understanding that we are part of a much greater circle of life and love. One that all nations, tribes are sitting in with us equally. And we understand this. So let us sit here together this morning in a good and beautiful way and honor the life that we have been given. Honor the life of those sitting in the same circle as us, the great circle of life. And maybe we'll remember a little bit more about the first prayer, the first fire at the center of the universe. Harmony and balance. That we are to be the peacemakers here. That we can transmute whatever's going on back into life and love. So let us do this today, one word, one prayer, one step at a time. Oh. All right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Once again, my name is Kenny Pawit-Makwa, Standing Bear, we just have a good time here. We really do. We talk about some beautiful, powerful things, and it doesn't mean it has to be all serious. That was a comment that came in yesterday. Was a gratitude statement. Hey, look, I love the way you bring the humor into this, and really, that's we talk about some really. We talk about life. We talk about recovery. We talk about transitioning from one world to the next, the colonial and into more spiritual realms in alignment. That's what we mean by that. And you know what? We can have a really good time as we do that, right? Doesn't have to be all heavy and serious. So thank you for that comment. That's why I said that. Thank you. Did my heart. I said, okay, good, man, good. So I appreciate that. A couple things before we get started here. Hollow bones. Again, this is a definition that's really fluid because it grows as our understanding of it grows as we grow. So we understand that there's a life force out there that is represented in the sunset, sunrise. The wolf, the eagle, the turtle, the buffalo, the spring, all these things are represented life force, right? And that you can write down too. Life force and everything. It's physical, it's spiritual, it's seen and unseen. It looks like a lot of things, and we just have to represent that. It's not just one thing we have to look through there and say, oh my God, there's a life force right there. No, it's really everywhere. Air is a life force. Water is a life force. Mother Earth, life force. Fire, the first fire at the center of the universe, that brought us here, right? So the heartbeat, boom, 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 that's a life force, right? That's a really obvious life force, but so we come here. One thing we do, and we have to make this clear too, that we connect to that life force. And I think there's a little misunderstanding here, so we'll clear that up right here. We connect to that beautiful life force. The second thing we do is we offer that life force back. So we give life. We give prayers. That is the way of the full circle, because we become a world of takers, right? Well, I need the life force because I want to live a really good, beautiful, happy life, and I'm not going to offer you anything. Asking, and here we go again. Um, Taking without asking and offering is spiritual stealing. Right, right. So we are gifted. So let's begin. So we are gifted this beautiful thing called life today. If you're sitting here, there's 24 of us in here, a really beautiful crowd. So there's 24 of us that have really been offered the greatest gift. Let's just start there. We are breathing here. Right? But there could be things happening in the peripherals, but let's keep that mindful that it's in the peripherals right here. So if you're breathing right here, that is a beautiful, beautiful gift, right? Let's honor that. Let's honor those things that have brought us that, like the Scandinavian nations have given us breath, right? The water giving us life, the air giving us life, our heartbeat giving us life. Those are all gifts from Mother Earth, right? Right. So that's that. So let's honor that, and then the back half to that, the other side of the circle is what makes us full circle. What brings us that beautiful joy, that beautiful happiness, is we give this away, right? We can't give it unless we can't keep it unless we give it away. And that you can write that one down, right? And what are we keeping? Well, let's start off. Let's just say happiness, gratitude, right? Like, if we're always taking, then there's no gratitude there. Then that morphs into what? Entitlement. No gratitude equals entitlement, right? Oh, I deserve this. Then we start to that victim say, oh, well, look what happened to me. And then, you need to give me this because I need it because, I'm not going to give anything back, so let's, yeah. So let's that's why we offer life. That's why we give those prayers of gratitude back to Mother Earth, right? The very thing that has offered us life. So anyway, ancestors and elders. So thank you to my direct elder, Grandfather Tony Stonehawk. Thank you to all the Muslims and Kokoms over Fishing Lake First Nation, who have guided me in such a really good and beautiful, powerful way. And again, all those other indigenous teachers with those indigenous teachings that have guided me back to life, right? And I've really led an extraordinary life where Grandfather Tony kind of headed that up and said, sit with as many elders as you can, medicine men and women as you can. And I thought that's the greatest piece of advice. Actually, that was a comment from the other day. Can you give me a piece of it? Well, sit with as many elders as you can. So there's so many right ways to do these beautiful things, right? That's the amazing thing. There's so many right ways to do this, right? So I'm just really grateful. So I've got to sit with shamans from the Amazon, from South America, from the high mountains through the Andes, through shamans in Europe. I just got back from a trip in Europe, sat with a couple shamans there. It was really beautiful, and it's not about comparison, right? This is about understanding life and love, and that they have something to offer. We all have something to offer. So thank you for that. Okay, circle medicine. No one's in front of us, no one's behind us. No one is above us, no one is below us. And what the short version is, we are all equal here. That's what that means. That's what that means. That means the plants, the animals, the beavers, the bears, the wolf, standing bear. That means we're all equal here. That means Megan and Holly and all of us here. And this is what we look like. So this is really beautiful. So this is me and Holly. This is me and Debbie. And this is me and here Richard. This is me and Shay, Renee, Jamie, John. This is all of us right here. And we were all sitting together. It's really that simple, right? It's not complicated. This is not like political. It's not like race. It's not like based on gender identity. And that's not based on gender. No, it's not based. So we just have to, we're all equal here. That's it. It's really not that difficult, right? Not that difficult. So And also this brings us into the beautiful, sacred feminine. You are beautiful, powerful, sacred. You are enough. And I want you to write that down. I want you to write that down. That you are beautiful, powerful, enough, and sacred. If there's one place in the world that I don't know how many circles there are that acknowledge that, but here in the indigenous realms, indigenous circles, circles of Mother Earth, there's no gender wars here. We leave that adversarial idea at the door as we come into this circle here. You can pick it up, and you can pick it up that pain, that misery, that sadness again, because that's what that brings. Adversity brings that adversarial society brings sadness, loneliness, depression. Again, if you want to pick that up, you're welcome to do that, right? But for now, we want you to sit right here. We want you to know that you are all beautiful and powerful, right? Right. And that the fact right now that we are doing extraordinary things right now. Like there was a comment the other day, like, well, like, aren't you, like there should be thousands of people sitting in a circle. And I'm like, well, whatever, whoever shows up is supposed to be here, right? Not my job to make you show up, right? Not my job. My job to be of service to the circle and of service to the Great Spirit. Whoever shows up, shows up. That's a good thing. That's why, that's why this circle is so powerful, not because of the numbers that are here. I'm not looking for numbers, man. I'm looking to touch one heart at a time, right? That beautiful hollow bones, that life flow, that life force, right? So we are all here, and here's another thing. We are all hollow bones. The ceremony, man, but a ceremony in you. That's a hollow bones definition right there, right? This is not about promotion. This is about attraction. So, right. We're not here advertising or promoting. We put it out there a little bit, but it's not like that. It's really about the way you carry yourself. What we have learned here. And what we learn here, we carry out there. If it doesn't go here, then it doesn't go out there. If it doesn't go here, then again, it doesn't go to our families. Right? That's the first place it should go, right? For our loved ones, right? And then go to our communities, right? No matter what community is that, right? This is not about a colored community. It's not about this world or that one. No, we care to every community, right? The largest teaching would have to mean the human community, right? Human nations, right? To Mother Earth. So we're supposed to align ourselves. So we're supposed to be those beautiful, powerful peacemakers, from what we learn here. So anyway, got me, I don't know, got that flow. I guess we're in the flow now. So yeah. Okay, okay, so question of the day. Please keep your questions, concerns, and comments coming. I do not guarantee that I get around to all of them, but I get around to as many as I can. And again, a couple of you have got a couple ones. I was gone for about a month in Europe. Now we're back. And here's a question that was asked a little while ago. And I asked, I guess yesterday or last couple of days, if you could just kind of re-ask these questions. And so here's a re-ask. So what is your best advice about spiritual growth? What is your best advice? Okay, so I don't offer advice, right? I don't. In spiritual realms, we offer experience, right? We offer experience. So my experience is, right. If we do the work today, then we grow today. So if we sit down, like if we pray for, and here's a touchy one, right? If we pray for our enemies today, then we grow today. How beautiful is that? If we don't do the work today, then guess what? You know, right, guess what? And here's here's a meme that hit it right on the head. Um, hold on, let me go to that. Sorry. Looking up the meme right here. This is too good to not talk about. Here, hold on. Whatever you are not changing, you are choosing. So that means we're at a place of refusal now, right? Right. So that means, like, say some of us are drugging or drinking. We're going to a 12-step program and we're not doing the work, right? You know, you know. That means that we're at a place of refusal, right? Right. But the good news is, we do the work today. We sit here today. We pray together today. That's part of doing the work today. And the beautiful thing is that it's not only you heal, it's we heal. That's my experience. That's my experience. And that's not advice. Advice is for something else. What we hear, we offer love. We offer our experience, our shared experience. And it brings us to a beautiful new place, beautiful new understanding. And usually that place is, and my experience is, that beautiful place of gentleness, right? Because that colonial world doesn't treat us very gentle at all. Based on adversarial, it means we're beat up all the time. It means we're told to do things all the time. They're trying to manipulate us all the time. And after a while, that's tiring, right? That's just tiring. You have to do this, you have to buy that, you have to vote this, you have to be adversarial. Yeah, you're on the wrong side, you're on the right side. You have to be like us. You have to be, buy stuff. You have to share stuff. You have to buy this thing. And it's tiring, right? Right? And then at the end of all that, we're sad, lonely, depressed. And then some of us, like some of us, then there's certain behaviors that some of us do. We're trying to modify the way we feel by the behaviors that we do. I'm not trying to get clinical here, but some of us drink and drug, right? Some of us do other things. And basically, we'll put that in a pile of like anti-life. That's like an anti-life thing. Here, my experience is when we sit together like this, and the ones that have come before me, one heart, one mind, one ceremony. That's a beautiful place. And that's what we're doing here. That's my experience. So when we align ourselves, one heart, one mind, and so that ceremony is not only alignment, not only humility, not only love, not only truth, but harmony and balance. That's why we feel so good. That's why we feel so good here, right? That's why. So, yeah. So please keep your questions, concerns, and comments coming. That was a really great question. We got another good question too. I'm not sure if we're going to cover. What time is it here? What time? I didn't write this down, but okay. It's Sunday, right? So it's Sunday. So we're going to take our time. So there was a question that was on my mind, was asked like 2 days ago, and I said, man, that's a really good question. But I'm like 30 or 40 questions behind, right? So it's just kind of like, oh, all right. So the question was, pull it up. So about finding our value, right? Finding our value. And then it was actually finding our voice, right? So, and if we're new here, then so there's some clarification, and that's neat. Okay, circle medicine. We are to live in full circle, right? That means offering. That means offering, and then that means offering. Thank you and gratitude, and then we receive, and then we offer back. That's full circle, right? So, value. Let's be really all right. Let's break this down to the simplest terms. The wolf. How is the wolf related to what we're talking about? Wolf represents humility. It means it understands its place in the circle, right? Mm-hmm. It means it's finding and to have a family structure, right? circle of life. It is a much smaller circle of life, much easier to see, right? So, the Great Spirit has offered the wolf these teachings. The wolf walks with these teachings, right? Full circle. Okay. So if we come from that colonial, adversarial, Western patriarchy world, the patriarchy world is a really scary place, right? Hold on, let me write this here. Let me draw you a picture of what the patriarchal world is. Okay, so this is a picture of the patriarchal world, right? This is like, and this is us down here. This is all of us down here, right? Okay, let me draw a picture of. Oh, hold on. I didn't draw a very good circle, but this is what This is us. This is the way we're supposed to live right here. Right? Actually, what? Let me do that better. Much better circle. Much better circle. There we go. Okay, much better circle there, Bear. So yeah, this is us. So look. So very simply, look at the comparisons here. So this is the colonial. This is the way we're supposed to live, right? Okay, so once we start living the way of the wolf, knowing our place in the circle, did you know that you have a place in this? There's a place of happiness waiting for you, and I need you to write that down. Just write it. There's a place of peace and serenity, love, happiness for you. That great spirit, hasn't forgotten you, right? You know, and let's look at the other end of this beautiful circle. There are allies, partners, guides waiting for us, begging for a relationship for us. And what does that look like? That looks like all the medicines that we have here. All the medicines here, begging for a relationship, like they're literally in the background right here. So like, okay, we're over here. We're over here. We love you. Like the ancestors, the eagles, the bears are like, hey, over here, over here. That's literally what they're doing. And we're like, okay, I think there's, and then we think that, hey, look, there's a better place. And there's like, hey, look, there's a place. Okay, then we come to a circle like this, and we come to realize, hey, look. Then we begin to see and hear and understand, hey, look, there's a beautiful place for me. Again, write that down. There's a beautiful place for you, right? There's a beautiful place for a guy like me, right? 30, I've been doing this 30 years, right? 30 years. And I understand a little bit, right? But, coming from that place of abuse and trauma, and then Grandfather Tony's like, there's a place for you. And I'm like, what do you mean there's a place for me? This world is scary. It's traumatic. I get beat up wherever I go, and just blah blah blah. And I was running my mouth and my knee. Just come here and just come sit with me. That's all he said. That's always just come sit with me. That's all he said. And so I did. And so that's what I'm offering you. That there's this place to come sit in this beautiful, even though it's a virtual circle, it's still a circle. Spirit sees that as one heart, one mind. That's a beautiful circle, right? What a beautiful opportunity. And then we sit here, and then we're peaceful, and then we realize, and then coming to the question. This is all the setup for the question, by the way. So and then it's like, oh my God, a place. You're valued. You are valued here. Every single one of you has value, has something to bring to this world. A gift to bring to this. Not to keep for yourself, right? That's a colonialism. But a gift, a voice, a song, a way, artwork, poems. Just the way you look. That's beautiful. You have something that no one else can offer, right? That's your gift. That's your value. That's what you have to offer, right? Right. Just, that's amazing, right? So Megan, Richard, everybody here has something beautiful and value, and we're supposed to offer this back to the world, right? To make this world a better place, right? That's why we're here, right? And not only make this world a better place for us, but a better place for the next seven generations, right? So it doesn't have to be the way it's always been, right? So my particular prayer was, I don't want any more children taken from their families, right? I was taking it. I was hurt, wounded, abused, and traumatized. So like it was like 17 suicide attempts, man. It was ridiculous, like how much I didn't want to be here, right? You know, so I don't want my future ancestors to go through that. So then I'm like, well, what can I do to make this world a better place? And here we are. We are doing this. We are doing this. So you are helping me with my prayer, and I'm here to help you with your prayer. How about that? We have come full circle. You know what? And it just gets better after this. It really, really does, right? Yeah. So anyway, please keep your questions, concerns, comments coming. So let's get to the reason why we're here, Standing Bear. Can we get to that? I love you, man. I just love the way you moving right along here. So daily medicine. Where's the book? Daily medicine. So we daily medicine. So we go over daily medicine here, and we go over whispers from the hollow bone here. Whispers from the hollow bone. Both written by me. So so the medicine wheel, hollow bones. They're a way of connection in spirit. Can't get it out. I'm like at that moment. I'm so excited. I can't even get it out. Indigenous inspired medicine wheel inspired, life inspired, love inspired, whatever you call it, man. It brings us that beautiful connection to Mother Earth and Think on Life, man. I love you guys, man. So anyway, what we're going to do here is we're going to read it a couple times. This is really important. We develop a general impression, and this is not about right or wrong. Simply a starting point, and this is important that you understand this. So there's no blame, shame, guilt with the initial impression, right? It's just a starting point. But the beautiful thing is here, and we all grow and we all grow together. So that there's a beautiful alignment there, right? So it doesn't matter if you're here for 30 seconds, if you had the last drink 3 minutes, it doesn't matter, right? What matters is we all come together and there's a beautiful alignment, and that alignment looks like sitting in a circle. Right? That's how beautiful and powerful this is. So anyway, we're going to read a couple times about that. And and feel free to, I was commenting the other day, I'm new here and I don't feel good enough, or can I put something in the feed here? Absolutely. That's what we're supposed to do. So please share where you are. No one's here going to beat you up if you're coming from the white road, the white direction, Christian or Catholic. You are welcome here, right? You are welcome to share your ideas here from any other direction too. So this is not, and that comment was about cultural appropriation too. So you are welcome here. That's what the medicine really says. So our spiritual growth is as painful as our resistance to it. Okay. The date. Daily Medicine, July 13th. If we could put that in the feed. That would be great. Okay. So that sounds a lot like the question, right? Again, I don't know how that worked out, man. I really don't, because I don't line up the questions and the thing. But Great Spirit does. Okay, so let's read that again. Our spiritual growth is as painful as our resistance to it. Wow. Kind of calling us out here, right? Right. Kind of sounds like the first question, right? What is your impression here, right? My first impression is like, wow, I feel called out. I really do, but in a good, beautiful way, kind of like, they got my number, right? Somebody somewhere's got my number, right? Got my number, right? Kind of duck, dive, bobbing and weaving, kind of like, I want to do this, but I want to do the work, kind of. So anyway, let's break this down. Okay, we, us, and our. Beautiful. Like a broken clock. English is like a broken clock. We are speaking the colonial language, right? So that's the way it is, right? So, but English is a really porous language. That's what my elders said. So that means it doesn't hold a lot of meaning, a lot of weight, right? So it can be twisted in any one way, right? Right. But like a broken clock, it's right twice a day. So let's jump on and know when it's right. We, us, and our, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want everybody to put this here. We, us, and our. This is what the Great Spirit is talking about. So again, this is Tina. This is Kimberly. This is Debbie. This is Rosemary. This is all of us right here, right? We, us, and our. This is what we look like. So means we're all sitting together, right? We, us, and our, right? Right, is really important. So we are in alignment right here in a really good and beautiful way. Okay, move on. Spiritual. Okay, why do you think they put spiritual there? Right. Right. Why do you think we put spiritual here? Everything. Okay. Like before we say the prayer, what the old one said to me: if it doesn't begin with spirit, then it doesn't begin. Right. It's just all coming together. If it doesn't begin with spirit, so what are they doing here? They're beginning with spirit. So the medicine wheel: spiritual, emotional, mental, physical. Right. Right. So it doesn't mean that we're forgetting the others. It just means that we're starting here, right? And really is the spiritual is still sitting in the same circle as emotional, mental, and physical, right? Because they all mirror each other anyway. Because we're all sitting in the same circle, right? Right. And that's the direct medicine wheel teaching, right? So God, I love you guys. You guys are doing awesome today. So our spiritual growth. Okay, growth. Could have used a lot of other words other than growth, but they use growth there. Act or process development, skills or knowledge, right? Growth. But they're saying spiritual growth. So, God, we're gonna talk all day about our spiritual growth, man. That's just like that's circle medicine. That's life right there. Spiritual growth, understanding, spiritual growth. So that there has to be an acknowledgement there that there's a place for growth in us, right? Right. Because a lot of us are, it doesn't have to be the way it's always been, right? Some of us are tired of getting beat up from that colonial world, right? We just talked about it. You see, you know, every conversation is in these realms. Every conversation is related. So, you know, when whenever you're not changing, you are choosing, right? Right. So if we are sad, lonely, depressed, which is, that's not it. Let's not label that, right? That is what that colonial patriarchy Western world offers us, right? That's just simply the medicine, right? That's medicine too. Medicine is everywhere, is everything, right? Like crack is medicine, is really bad. Heroin, really bad. Alcohol, really bad medicine, but it's still medicine. Like Tylenol, aspirin, water, good medicine. There's things that bring life, right? So, okay, so there has to be, um, there's a choice here. That's what they're talking about, right? Right. Seems to be a fork in the road here. Let's make this really clear. Fork in the road here. Do we want to go down, misery? Right? Do we want to, fight capitalism and fight over here, right? Right. Because that's what they lure us into going and being adversarial, right? Right. Let's anti-war, fight war, let's fight war, let's fight poverty, let's fight it's still it mimics something good, but it's really not good, right? you know Mother Teresa said it the best, like I will never go to an anti-war rally, but I will go to a peace rally. I may have butchered that a little bit, but that's what basically she said, right? But she was spot on right there. Anti-war, I'm anti-war. Well, either you mentioned war, which means there's going to be war, right? Because the words we say are powerful, right? Don't dismiss anything that you say. So we have to change the vernacular, right? We have to change the way we say it, right? Our spiritual growth, right? We are here to be, that's why we say peaceful, the peacemakers, right? That's why we say that at the end. We're not here to be like anti-war, anti-Putin. It's kind of like let's go to that conversation like the Russia-Ukraine war. Oh, I'm pro-Ukraine and I'm anti this. And no, you're bringing more adversarialness to an already bitter and battled situation. We don't need to do that. We don't need to add that. Right. What we need to do is we need to say we are the peacemakers. That everybody, there's a place of peace in everybody, right? Right? Everybody deserves a place of peace, a place of serenity, a sacred place that they can call their own. And the fact is, the beautiful thing is that that's what we're doing here. Right? That's what our elders have done. That's what their ancestors have done. That's what Grandfather Tony, that's his medicine. That's what brought me here to you, was really Grandfather Tony offering this medicine here, right? And also with the help of, Fishing Lake, the elders over there. They have, so now we get to create a better life, right? Okay, so let's get back to the reading. I think I went up like that a little bit. I do that all the time, just so you know. just like, oh yeah, okay, like this and like that. Right? I love you guys. So thank you for your patience with me. So okay, our spiritual growth. So we're clear about what that is okay. Here's what a fork of the road is as painful. Before I got here, before I figured out how to stay here, stay in these spiritual realms, right? I would dip into that colonial Western painful. Here, write Western colonial equals painful. There, write that one down. Western colonial patriarchy equals painful. Means adversarial, right? I need you to write that down. I need someone to post that, right? Just as contrast medicine, right? Just as contrast, so we're very clear here. So if we dip into that world, like some people, I'm not sure if I'm going to go there, but I'm going to go there. It's kind of like they dip into their religious kind of thing again, right? Right. Their colonial religions are patriarchal, right? Right. Means patriarchal. Means there's a big white guy right here, and all the rest of us are down here, right? And that's a far cry from, and that's a painful place to be. That's a far cry from what we're doing here, right? This is really that simple. Either we live this way, as a way of life, or we live what? A painful life. So we dip in that world. Looks like drinking. Looks like drugging. Looks like not telling the truth. So when we dip into that colonial religion again, we're really dipping out of a spiritual realms, right? Into something else, right? And just because everybody's doing it doesn't make it right? And I need you to write that one down too. Just because 90% of the world is involved with some Abrahamic religions doesn't make it right. Right. I need you right now. Right. Mother Earth doesn't have a religion, man. It just has a way of life, right? A place that we can honor each other, right? And if we don't honor each other, guess what happens? That's a great segue back into painful, right? And let's go emotionally painful. Well, I'm tired of being in emotional distress. Emotional distress, mental distress. That means I'm thinking about things I don't want to think about, right? Think about, oh my God, look at what Joe Biden did today. Oh my God, look at Justin Trudeau. Oh my God, look at these guys. Oh, gun control. Oh my God, there was another shooting. Oh my God, oh my God, look at, oh my God, there's gay pride. Oh my God, I can't believe there's gay pride. Oh my God, transgender. Oh my God, the feminists. Oh my God, you see how the energy is? Or we can just come over here and say, you know what? We're just going to love everybody because we're supposed to love everybody. Like you see the two energies. Did you feel that? Did you feel like it just suddenly got really awkward and really weird, right? Right? Or we come over here and say, you know what? I'm gonna love you anyway, right? We can agree to disagree, and we're gonna love you anyway, because that's what we're supposed to do. Painful, painfully rare. Pain is a touchstone of all spiritual growth. I've heard that in a lot of spiritual, ceremonies, a lot of spiritual, like support group, recovery support groups. And they say that all the time. Okay, I'm tired of being locked up. I'm tired of being incarcerated. The fact is, a lot of us are incarcerated without even being behind bars, right? Behind the iron doors, right? So, sorry, hairballs. So spiritually incarcerated, which is really what they're talking about here, is a mindset that means I can't get out of something, right? Right. So the emotional means I can't stop being angry. I can't stop being sad. That's what emotional incarceration is. Stop being depressed, lonely, scared, afraid. And again, all this is just the medicine that the colonial Western patriarchy worlds and religions, that's what they offer us, right? Right. But over here, hey, once we see Muslims as our brothers, then it's like, okay. Once we see the Jewish people as our brothers, then we're like, okay, 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 lesbian people as our brothers and sisters, okay, okay. Same thing as beavers and bears, okay, they're our brothers, okay. Moles and butterflies, okay, wow, that's like really, like to see how the energy shifts and change, right? Really beautiful, really powerful, right? Right? Okay, our spiritual growth is as painful as, again, here. Is that hour again? Why? Here's a question. Why do you think they said hour again? Because we're kind of talking about the individual, but they're saying the hour again, right? That's really interesting. That's something to pray about, right? That's really interesting. You know, as our resistance, right? Our resistance. I think they could be talking about humanity as a whole. I think that's a good starting point, right? You know what? We'll just finish it right there because we seem to have, humanity, the two-leggeds, have a real problem with seeing each other as brothers and sisters, right? You know, because we live in that adversarial world, right? It means we create war where there shouldn't be war. We create chaos, crisis, and calamity where there shouldn't be, right? Because we want to be right, right? Not about a right, it's about alignment, and that you can write down too. Life is about alignment with those good, beautiful things that bring us life: air, water, fire, earth, to the stars too. So we just said stars. So yeah, so the stars, absolutely, right? As above, as below, the center of the earth to the center of the universe, absolutely, right? That's a beautiful teaching, right? So, as our resistance to it, okay, painful and resistance, right? I think we can relate to life as being painful, and we resist that pain, right? I think we can all agree there, right? Okay, but again, let's kind of running out of time here, so we're gonna, all right. So, what would be the other narrative to this kind of fork in the road here? What would be the other narrative? Okay, how we pray, how we walk, how we offer, right? Right, right. How we pray, how we walk, how we offer, right? Right. We can walk in that world and not feed into that world, right? That means turn off CNN, Global News, these news organizations, Fox, these basically terror organizations, right? Because that's what they bring, right? You know, you know. Right. So now we're at a conversation about either decolonizing or re-indigenizing, right? And my experience is that we are re-indigenizing here, right? Because if we were to decolonize, we'd be as we'd be doing the same thing that the colonists did to us, and that's that other vicious circle, right? So, as cool as it sounds to decolonizing my mind, well, no, let's re-indigenize. Let's start from the ground up. Let's be grounded in what we're doing, right? Right. Let's be grounded. That means start with Mother Earth. That means starting with those things that keep us grounded, that show us that they're grounded. Right? Tree medicine, beautiful, beautiful tree. Should I tell my tree story again? I love my tree story. This is actually my own experience story. Give me a little thumbs up or a little. Okay. I'm just going to tell you anyway. This is my true story. So there was a relative of mine that came down from Onion Lake, Saskatchewan. I was living in Miami, North Miami Beach at the time, and his medicine was heart medicine, right? That was his gift. That was his. He found his place in the circle. He was indigenous and said, "I'm here to connect all the hearts in the world." And I said, "Well, okay, good." So he came and left, and it's one of those things. And I'm like, "Wow, that's really, excuse me, a real spiritual guy, right?" I said, "Wow, that's a real spiritual guy, right?" So and then I'm thinking here, there's a lot of beautiful things out there, right? Life, there's a lot of it, but not all that life has a boom, 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 boom. So I'm sitting there meditating in the morning, and I'm looking at this big, beautiful live oak tree. They're beautiful live oak trees down in Florida, man. They're just beautiful, just a real beautiful, handsome tree. And I'm just sitting there looking at it, I'm just like, it's beautiful. And then I'm like, where's your heartbeat? That really just came in my mind. I'm like, huh. And so, Grandfather Tony said, it's like okay to question that, right? Felt kind of awkward. But, I just took my bag of tobacco and I said, what? So then I went up and I offered the tobacco to the base of the tree. And I said, where is your heart? I want to know where your heart is because my mind, because I understand my thinking and my mind, it's small, right? My understanding of the universe, the way life works, is really small. It's like this. Like even after 30 years, it's still like this, right? So I'm offering, and write this one down too. Prayer is about patience. It's about flow, preparation, and preparation. Right? I need you to write that one down. Preparation, really important. Understanding that flow, really important. So about 6 weeks later, I'm still there in the morning, and I'm still offering because that's what Grandfather Tony taught me to do: is understanding the flow, understanding the patience, understanding the preparation. Right. And then I'm walking up to this tree about 6 weeks into it, right? 6 weeks into it, and I heard it. The tree said, I am all heart. And I'm like, oh, just like that. Just like as you heard my voice, that's what I heard. Right? I am all heart. I am all heart all the time. And I'm like, and my tears running is so beautiful, so profoundly beautiful. Beyond what I could think here. So far beyond. Like, you want to talk about natural beauty, that's it right there. You want to talk about natural, pure beauty, that is, it brings tears to my eyes right now. Beautiful, right? And so I walked up there, then I offered that. I said, thank you. And then I touched like the base of the tree right here. I said, and I heard that is my heart. And then I went up to the first branch and off to, and like down the first, and that is also my heart. And then I went to the base of the tree where it meets it. I said, that is also my heart. And I walked over to little Roosters, and that's awesome, my heart. And then I said, can you be all heart all the time? And I'm like, can you be all heart all the time? Can you be like the standing nations, giving the world breath and being all heart all the time? Through all the seasons, through all the storms, through all the rain, through all the sunshine, can you be all heart all the time? You know. Right. And now let's talk about as painful as our resistance to that. Can't you see? Now we have something beautiful. All heart all the time. Our spiritual growth is as painful is as our spiritual growth is as painful as our resistance to it. Now, we just painted the circle a really beautiful picture of what to do and how to do it. And now it's up to you. A little bit in your face right now. Right? Can you be all heart all the time? Right? Can you be all heart all the time? Or are you going to choose resistance because now you know? Because now you know. Because now you know that there's a better way. There's a more loving, gentle, powerful way to live. Now you have a choice. Now there's a clear fork in the road. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? Okay. Our spiritual growth. You know. In other words, are you going to pick and choose how and when you're going to offer love? Love is, I want you to live a really good, beautiful, powerful life. That's what love is. Right? Can you say that to your enemies? Right? A really good, beautiful, powerful life. Meaning that's in alignment with life. That, well, it doesn't acknowledgement of agreement of things wrong. It's acknowledgement of you doing things right. How about that? Not accepting of anything that they did wrong, but accepting that that whoever that is, can live, can acknowledge, and can live a really good, beautiful life. That they don't have to hurt anybody anymore. How about that? Like, is that love? I think so. I think so. Right. Is that what the trees are telling us? Absolutely. When the trees are telling us, are screaming, they're trying to guide us. They're showing us spiritual, emotional, mental, physically how to live a good life. Are we there? So it's screaming to us. They're waving over here. Here. This is here. Here. I'm offering life to you. Can you please? And what they're saying now is, can you please save mine? How about that? What life are you saving today? But are you too blind to think that it's only yours that you're trying to save? Right? I love you. I want you to live a really good, beautiful, powerful life. Right? But when we sit here and we think about, the tree nations teaching us to be grounded. Grounded. Let's talk about this. Let's relate there. We're just going to run over this. So, spiritual growth, grounded, tree nation. Absolutely. What? The same thing. They're telling us, showing us how to live full circle all day long, showing us how to be all heart all day. And that's just one medicine. That's just one of the millions of medicines that is here on Mother Earth, showing us how to live a good life. Right. I think we should choose life and choose that side. Right. You want to live a really good, beautiful, powerful life, choose life. Choose a tree. Choose a tree medicine. Start there. Right. Start there. Okay. guess we are going to have to wrap it up eventually. I just want to keep going, but I love you. I really value your time and your presence here. So let's read that again. Let's soak this all in. Our spiritual growth is as painful as our resistance to it, and let's follow that up like, can you be all heart all the time? Can you? I love you. Can you be all heart? Okay. So, speaking of the standing nation, so this is what we're going to close out with. So, I didn't set this up either. I do this at the end of every circle. So this is not entertainment. This is grounding medicine, by the way. Just so you know, let's clarify. Oh yeah, it's really nice. Let's sit here and let's meditate. No, this is grounding medicine. So put that. So what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to put that, whatever it is, whatever you choose to put on your heart. The teaching, we all know time. Put that right here. Right. Kind of close your eyes, and I want you to picture that beautiful safe place. Right. That beautiful safe place, and then, you know, as we sit there, and the way it grounds, it was explained to me like, oh, okay, like that moment, like, oh, okay, good. That's that moment, and that's what we're looking for. Okay, so just kind of close your eyes and picture that really good, beautiful place. The music will play, and just sit there. Put your feet on the ground. Put your feet planted firmly on the ground. The physical follows the spiritual. So let's see. Well, again, thank you, everyone. Um, see, I kind of forgot to do the announcement, so we're going to do the announcement. Just thank you for it. It's Sunday, so let's just take our time today. So, couple of announcements. Okay, I will be traveling. I will be attending the 2023 Gathering of Elders on the Mississippi next weekend. So we're going to be leaving tomorrow. So I'm not quite sure if we're going to do the morning meditations on the road. We will be in a city, so it's going to be a little easier to do it here than it is to do it in Europe because the time change and everything. So stand by for that. So also, we have a new YouTube channel. We are Standing Bear, the author YouTube channel. So it's a library of information. So go, please like and subscribe over there. If you miss me here, just go over there. I'll be still posting anyway. But actually during that weekend, I probably won't be doing much online there. So just go, and we'll probably just walk around, do some lives there anyway, just to kind of feel the vibe over there anyway. Also, new men's group. Friend of mine has offered to be a part of this men's group. I think it's really beautiful and really valuable. So if you are a man, yes, please, men have specific issues, right? So we will sit together in that circle. If you have, if you want more details, just leave it in the feed there or private message me, and I will get you that information. Okay, new journey through the seasons with Denise Miller and myself. She does a wonderful. She's a beautiful elder and grandmother from the Métis, strengthening our recovery, our intentions, and our relationship with Mother Earth. We are all in recovery, and this Zoom event, this workshop, is June 16th through the 18th, so it's coming up pretty quick. If you want to get involved in that, please let me know. Please, Denise Miller or myself knows. It's also, I put it on my page too. It's on the page there. I think that's it. Oh, yeah, and we have a women's group too, International Women's Healing Circle. Denise Miller and Maureen O'Hara, they do a great job over there. When women support each other, incredible things happen. That is a Zoom thing, Mondays and Thursdays also. Okay, I was supposed to play the flute now, but I did that. I'm a little like that. So anyway, this. This ceremony may end, but a ceremony in you does not end. So let's take what we lived here and learned here, loved here, and listened to here, and take it out there. That means be the peacemakers. That means going beyond hitting that share button here, right here. But that means really putting it right here. This is the share button that we all want to take it to, because if it doesn't go here, if you don't share it here, then it won't go out there. Okay. My name is Kaneepa Witt Makwa, Standing Bear, and if no one said that, they love you today. I love you very much. Let's have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.